The brave little ant in a big green meadow. There lived a small ant named Andy. He was the tiniest ant in his colony, and the other ants sometimes laughed at him for being so small. But Andy didn't mind. He was hardworking and always tried his best. One day, the ants in the colony were busy gathering food for the winter. They found a huge crumb of bread near the edge of the meadow. It was too big for just one ant to carry. So many ants tried to lift it together. But no matter how hard they pushed and pulled, the crumb wouldn't budge. Andy watched from the side, wanting to help. "I can try," he said. But the bigger ants just shook their heads. "You're too small, Andy. You can't help with something this heavy." But Andy didn't give up. He knew he wasn't as strong as the others, but he had an idea. He quickly ran off and found a small twig. Using all his strength, he placed the twig under the crumb, making a lever. "Let's try now," Andy said, showing the other ants how they could use the twig to lift the crumb. Together, they pushed down on the twig, and slowly, the giant crumb began to move. The other ants were amazed. With Andy's clever idea, they were able to carry the crumb back to the colony. From that day on, the ants never teased Andy for being small again. They knew that even the littlest ant could do great things with a clever mind and a brave heart.
The little star far away in the sky, there was a tiny star named Stella. She was smaller than all the other stars, and sometimes she felt a little sad because she didn't shine as brightly as the others. Every night, the big stars twinkled beautifully, lighting up the sky. They could be seen from Earth, and people loved to make wishes on them. But no one ever noticed Stella because her light was so faint. One night, as Stella was feeling down, she saw a little girl sitting by her window on Earth, looking up at the sky. The girl looked sad, and she whispered, "I wish I had a friend." Stella's heart warmed. She wanted to help the little girl, but she wasn't sure how. Then she remembered something the moon had once told her. Even the smallest light can make a difference in someone's life. With all her strength, Stella tried to shine as brightly as she could. Her soft light twinkled faintly, but sweetly, and the little girl noticed. She smiled for the first time in days. "Thank you, little star," the girl whispered, her eyes filled with hope. From that night on, the girl looked for Stella every evening, and they became silent friends. Stella might not have been the brightest star in the sky, but she knew now that even her small light could bring happiness to someone far below. And that made her feel brighter than all the stars around her. Each night, Stella grew more confident in her glow. Even though she was still the smallest star in the vast sky, she didn't feel so small anymore. She shined with purpose, knowing that her light made a difference, even if it was just for one person. The little girl, whose name was Lucy, began to look forward to the evenings. She would sit by her window, waiting for Stella to appear. Whenever Lucy had a bad day, seeing Stella twinkle gave her comfort, as if the star was reminding her that she was never alone. One evening, something magical happened. As Stella twinkled for Lucy, the other stars in the sky began to notice. "Look at that little star," one of them said. "She may be small, but her light is so kind and warm." The other stars agreed, and soon they started to shine even brighter around Stella, reflecting her kindness. Together, they created a beautiful constellation that sparkled brightly in the night sky. Down on Earth, Lucy saw the new constellation and gasped in wonder. She made a wish. "I wish the world could see this beautiful star too." From that night forward, people all over the world began to notice the little star that glowed with such warmth. They named the constellation the Friend Star, because it reminded them that even a small light can bring joy and comfort to others. Stella, the little star, no longer felt small or unnoticed. She had learned that kindness and friendship make a light shine brighter than anything else in the universe. And up in the sky, surrounded by her new friends, she continued to shine for Lucy and anyone who needed a little hope.